Okay, today we are diving into something really fascinating. We're exploring a brand new kind of alliance that is completely changing how we fight for our planet. And get this, it's a partnership that brings together the power of space-age tech with the deep wisdom of ancient knowledge. When we think about climate action, our minds usually jump to high-tech solutions, right? Satellites, supercomputers, these massive data centers in the cloud. And look, all that technology is absolutely crucial, but it's really only showing us half the picture. There's this huge piece of the puzzle that's been missing for a long time. And that missing piece? Well, you find it where that high-tech data meets ancient wisdom. The real breakthrough, the thing that's so exciting, is happening right at the intersection of satellite imagery and traditional knowledge. It's an alliance that's creating a whole new playbook for protecting our planet. So what does this new alliance actually look like on the ground? Well, on one side, you've got the incredible power of modern technology. We're talking satellite data, AI, big data, the whole shebang. And on the other side, you have something just as powerful, the traditional ecological knowledge that indigenous communities have been building and passing down for generations. And this fusion is just so powerful. Think about it like this. Satellite data can tell us what is happening to a forest from miles up in space. It gives us the raw facts from above. But traditional knowledge, that provides the crucial context, the why. It's the difference between seeing data and understanding meaning. It's knowing that a certain plant flowering early isn't just a data point, but a signal that the salmon run is going to be different this year. When you combine the two, you get a complete, actionable picture we've just never had before. But here's the thing. A partnership like this can't just be a one-way street, with tech companies just extracting knowledge. For it to really work, and for it to be just, it needs a super strong ethical foundation. And that foundation, it's all built on one single critical idea: data sovereignty. Indigenous data sovereignty is the absolute heart of this. It's the right of indigenous peoples to govern the collection, the ownership, and the application of their own data. We're not just talking about files and spreadsheets here. We're talking about knowledge systems, cultural practices, and community values. It's what makes sure that indigenous communities aren't just subjects of research, but are the leaders and partners in it. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the critical difference it points out. Data ownership is a pretty limited idea. It's really just asking who has the data files. But data sovereignty, well, that's a whole different ballgame. It's a holistic framework that asks the much more important question: who gets to decide how the data is used, for what purpose, and according to whose values? It's all about control, governance, and self-determination. So we have the principle, but how does that actually translate into a real-world, powerful process? When you respect data sovereignty, how does this partnership actually work to supercharge our analysis of the environment? This slide breaks down the workflow perfectly. It all starts with the foundation, traditional ecological knowledge coming from the community. Then that knowledge gets enhanced with the incredible scale and perspective you get from AI and space data. But the crucial third step is synthesis, where all that combined data is looked at through a culturally relevant lens. That whole process leads directly to stewardship that is way more effective, more sustainable, and more just. Okay, so let's zoom out. Why does all of this matter so much? Because understanding this new alliance is absolutely crucial if we want to build a sustainable future. It really changes our entire approach to solving environmental problems and how we collaborate. And really, anyone working in these fields needs to get their head around this. If you're an AI professional, this is about ethical data use and building way better models. If you're a policymaker, it's about creating laws that actually respect indigenous rights. And for environmental advocates, it's about building the most effective and equitable partnerships possible to protect our planet. And here is the key takeaway, the most important point. This is not just about ethics, even though that part is paramount. It's about effectiveness. Prioritizing indigenous perspectives and respecting data sovereignty doesn't just feel good. It leads to better, smarter strategies. It literally makes our environmental work stronger for everybody. So that leaves us with a pretty powerful question to think about. Just imagine the possibilities if every single data set we used told a story of respect. What if every analysis was guided by these principles of control and cultural relevance? What new truths would we uncover, and what kind of future could we actually build together?